So this year to date has been rough.
This isn't a pity video, don't worry, I'm mostly okay now. This is just an update, just to let you know what's going on.
And I wanted to start out with an apology. For a number of reasons, which I don't want to go into now, this has been the roughest year I have faced. Maybe at some point in the future we can talk about it, but I'm just not ready to do that. It's been a journey. But as a knock-on effect, everything around me has suffered, and that has meant that my video output just hasn't been there, you know. My social content hasn't been there. My Patreon updates haven't been there. Kickstarter updates, everything. And for that, I'm truly sorry. I haven't been able to produce anywhere near the number of videos I wanted to. And that kind of makes it worse, you know. The less you do, the harder it is to do anything. And then you start to suffer, you know, financially and in other ways, which leads to panic and making decisions which aren't ideal. And it sends you into an anxious spiral. And everything then seems even more overwhelmingly difficult. And I know a lot of you, you know, creators and people who watch my channel, you know exactly what I mean. If you've ever been through a period like this, I'm sorry you've had that, because I feel for you. It is rough. Of course, there's been some good things happen this year too. You know, OLL 23 was great fun. I'm ready, let's go! That trip to the Hellman Computer Museum was a blast.
Please look at this room, it's filled with machines.
Hanging out with people like Violet Berlin, all these things are great. Also, as many of you will know, and thanks in part to you guys, I opened up an arcade bar this year, which has definitely had its ups and downs, and also sucked a huge amount of my time and resources, which I'm not complaining about. This was my decision entirely, and it's overall pretty damn good. It's called Barcadia, it's on Prince of Wales Road in Norwich, and I would love for you to pop down. If you asked me at this point last year whether I'd have expected to be pulling pints on a Saturday night or working in a kitchen all weekend, then I'd have said no. But, you know, I've got a separate update to come on that, and lots of videos planned around the arcade machines we've got. Probably starting with Zybots, because it's an amazing game and more people need to play it and just be aware of it generally. I also took on this office space. Now this space is directly under my existing space that I share with Stuart Ashen and some of the Did You Know gaming guys. But I hope to have turned this place into something magnificent by now. That hasn't really happened, but it's about to, and I hope this to be a base from which I can create content going forward. A lot more content, better content. You know, creating content here has always been my favourite thing to do. You know, sharing my passions, I love it. And life and anxiety can really get in the way of that. But it's time to get back on track, and this video is about that. It's also to hold me to account as well. If you watch the telly, if you remember that, then you might have noticed that I and this place was featured on a UK TV show called Retro Electro Workshop earlier in August.
I found this guy on YouTube, the Nostalgia Nerd. He's a specialist in 80s computers.
Hi, Pete. Hello. Shamil. Hi, nice to meet you. I've got pretty much every console you can think of.
Every console?
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in here. This is actually very impressive.
That was actually filmed back in December when I first moved into this place, and I was posing as some kind of retro tech dealer. But, you know, things happen. Moving on. The point is, I haven't done much to this place since then, and it's been like 8 months, so I kind of need to do something.
Okay, let's get some stuff done, starting right here in the back room. Not the back rooms, just this back room. Now actually, this room isn't too bad. You might have noticed that there's currently a whopping Sega Rally arcade cab down here, currently covered in cardboard. Now this is actually owned by the Wave Game Studios guys, who recently moved in upstairs as well. Honestly, it's turning into like a retro gaming hub up there. Well, retro gaming and horrendously old disgusting food hub, which kind of go together. But they had nowhere to put this, so it's here. Incidentally, Wave Game Studios have released a number of stonking Dreamcast games, including Intrepid Izzy and Shadow Gangs, which you should definitely play. Next to that, I've got this delightful red sofa that a cafe down the road no longer wanted. So big thanks to Tofry for that. As you can see, it's currently littered with the Street Fighter figurines from a sponsorship deal deal I did last year. But they can swiftly be relocated to the shelves at the back. Next to that is a small standing desk, ideal for if other people want to come and work here, or if Octavius wants to bring rats down here and have them sit on a table for a bit. Currently, it's littered with crap, which again is an easy fix. But generally, down here feels pretty cozy and a good place to have an office, you know. My main PC used to be upstairs, but I never really got on with that. For some reason, I like to work on the ground floor, which meant I never really had a space I was happy with in this office until now. Thanks to FlexiSpot, who are sponsoring this video, I now have a shiny new E7 Pro standing desk that's actually big enough to house all my stuff. Setting up is a doddle. In fact, it's so easy that I'd done it before I even thought about filming it. Plus, once it's set up, it not only looks great, but it's sturdy as hell. If you filmed Jurassic Park on one of these, the T-Rex would have taken them down before they'd even noticed. They also have a huge weight capacity, 440 pounds, which means I can sit on it and have an absolute riot. This one in particular is massive, so I can actually fit everything I need on it for editing, streaming, and anything else. Honestly, I love these desks. I get so bored of sitting all the time, and conversely, I get really bored of standing all the time, so being able to program heights at the touch of a button is excellent. FlexiSpot provides all kinds of standing desks and ergonomic chairs to meet your needs. Plus, they're celebrating their 7th birthday, meaning a load of unbeatable deals. Use code PETER9 for 10% discount on purchases over $500, and when you choose any E7 series product, get an amazing 50% off on ergonomic chairs. Don't miss out, visit flexispot.com and take a look. Just to give you an overview of everything I've got here, this is a Rodecaster Pro, which is great for recording multiple inputs, for recording podcasts, or just refining the sound from your main microphone. It's a bit overkill for that, but it's great for lots of different things. At the back here is an Akai MPC-1, which is a self-contained music making machine, and honestly this thing is great for creating dramatic music and backdrops to my videos. Over here is a Stream Deck. I nearly said Steam Deck. Pretty standard for any kind of streaming action, and it allows you to switch between scenes or activate a sound, or really do anything you might want to at the literal touch of a button. Then here is my PC, which I actually bought last year, mainly because it had an RTX 3070 in it, which at the time was impossible to get hold of individually, and it worked out pretty well to buy it as part of a PC. Next to my desk, I've plonked my old LG TV from my house, so I can plug consoles into it. Sadly, it's not 4K, so the PS5 is a bit wasted. But people who visit can have a nice time on the red sofa, and I can work whilst they're doing that, because that is what I do. Now, you've probably seen this basement on previous videos. I had loads of shelves set up down here for storage, plus it was useful for filming face-to-camera stuff. But I discovered that it gets damp as hell. And those wooden inserts you get on shelves like this, boy, do they suck up moisture. Just look at some of the mould spores I had to tackle down there. This was not fun nor pretty. I mean, it kind of looked interesting, but not fun. So, moral of the story, make sure you check storage areas often and make sure they're not damp, because I'm still cleaning mould off some of these items now, and some of these items are bloody great. So that's a bit of a state, but the dehumidifier is doing its thing, so let's get out of here for now and sort out the main show, the room at the front, which we'll refer to as the front room. Yes.
This is the front room of the office, and it's got leaves on the floor, it's got stuff everywhere. It needs some love and care. So, let's do some stuff.
So, this is the front room, and what I wanted to achieve here is kind of an exhibition, museum-y space. Somewhere that I can not only film in, but open up on odd days to the public. I've been wanting to do this for years, so that people can come and play on an Amiga, or try out a Sega Mega Drive Scorpion clone, or just have a nice chat at the bar. And that is still very much the plan, it's just progressing slower than I would have liked. So let's begin just by sorting this place out. So this is how things stand. Sure, it's absolutely fine to do some filming here as it stands. I've done some in videos this year already. But for video to be good, sound needs to be good, and so I need to get some stuff on the walls to reduce the echo. Thankfully, anything kind of works, even posters. But these little IKEA shelves are great, mainly because you can easily prop an array of retro machines on them without any difficulty.
Top tip when you're drilling, get an envelope like this, stick it under the hole, like that, and it will collect all the bits of wall that come out.
Okay, fine, they're wonkier than I would have liked, but they do the job, and most retro machines will fit on them nicely, as you can see. Over on the opposing wall, I've already started proceedings with this metal grid thing. You can plonk plants on there, or anything you like really, but I could do with some sound dampening. These hexagon little pads look good. They're pretty cheap and they double as notice boards, so I'll whack some of these about, you know, put them around the controller plant rack, see how it turns out. You know, they're quite easy to attach as well because you literally peel off the sticky stuff on the back, plonk them on the wall. Lovely job! Okay, how about some quarter arcade placement? I've collected a buttload of these from Numbskull Designs over the years, and I tend to cart them from convention to convention and then put them in boxes whenever I can find a spot to place them. But they need to be out of these boxes. They need a more permanent home. Plus, Numbskull recently sent me this super cool fake carpet, which looks really quite rad. It was at this point that Octavius offered to help me out. If you don't know Octavius, you should definitely check out their channel. Here, go subscribe to it right now. Actually, no, wait until the end of this video and I'll put a link. Do that. That makes more sense.
No, you can't let rats out in here.
Octavius also brought rats.
You can't let wild rats out in here.
Why not?
Because they'll just cause absolute pandemonium.
What? There's
Look
nothing
at all these wires. Look at all the wires under
Well, he
here.
just wants to have a look and see what's going on.
He's going to go mental.
Anyway, you said you wanted stuff organised and placed in your office.
I don't want rats placed in my office.
Why not? Why don't you want rats placed in your
I don't
office?
want to organise rats.
Let's organise this rack. Where has he gone?
This is what I'm talking
There
about.
he is. Look at him. He's having the best time.
Yeah, but he's going to just
He's
run
having
out.
the best
If he
time
nibbles
ever.
any wires,
Look at this
there's wires
guy.
everywhere.
He's in the window. Coconut.
Look, if people walk past and see a rat in the window, they're going to call
Coconut.
like health and safety. He's in the fridge. He's in the back of the fridge.
He's in the back of the fridge at the moment.
Okay, so we need to organise various things.
Okay.
These shelves over here need organising.
Alright.
Probably put some PCs on this desk here. I think this is okay. All these
I think it'd
machines
be better with a rat,
over here.
actually. Do you not think that's better?
No,
No.
no.
Shall I remove him?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Look,
Come
he's-
back here.
Look.
Coconut.
He's in Power Line Central.
Coconut.
So about halfway through doing the front room, there's still quite a lot to do. I need to sort these shelves out back here. I think these shelves look quite good.
Yeah, I think they look quite nice.
They're a bit wonky. That one's a bit wonky.
It would be nice to have some little things on them though, like little figurines and models.
Come
Right.
upstairs. We'll go upstairs because we can work out. So this is the original office
Right.
where everything started. So I need to move some stuff down here. I'm thinking like some cables for the computers downstairs.
Look, how about you deal with deciding which computers and stuff go down? I will decide which games and accessories go down. Okay? Is that the easy way of doing it?
Games and accessories. What sort of
Yeah.
games are you thinking?
Just big box games and stuff.
Well, like these ones behind us.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was a cue for me to look, wasn't it? Sorry. All right, are we ready to go?
Yes.
Coconut, you ready to go?
Yeah, it's ready.
Yay!
Okay, let's go.
Right, now the shelves. I've got the standard IKEA fare of shelving here because clearly I have no imagination or grace, but also because Kallax shelves make excellent repositories for retro computing stuff, or anything really.
No, Coconut, not the window.
Amiga stuff. Cautious about stepping on the rat. Oh god. The rat came back. They thought he was a goner.
How do I unclip it from the case?
Now this thing got sent to me in the post by presumably the company who made it, and it's pretty funky. You join these little nodules together to make whatever pattern you want. Well, within the limits of the nodules.
I'm trying to make
This
a massive N.
did not go well.
So this is like a light that someone sent to me, which is like got a fake wood paneling texture on it.
Doing the thing, he's doing the thing, doing the thing, he's doing the thing, doing the thing, he's doing the thing, doing the thing. Literally, superstars have got like, but I can't make the star any more pointy.
Louis tries to star all by himself. Come on.
This is bullshit. You're not going to use this, are you? Because every time I shout at you, everyone's like, oh, don't let her talk to you like that. Stop following me around with a guitar.
What the shit is that? What are you trying to do?
It's a square.
Are you okay?
No,
What?
because you're following me around with a guitar.
What shape is that?
It's a shape.
It's a shape. Oh, it's a shape.
There, it's Pac-Man. All right?
It's not Pac-Man.
Yes, it is.
What Pac-Man
This
looks
is
like
the
that?
best that I can do. There we go. Pac-Man.
Come on. Can we put it over there?
Sure.
Should we go over there?
Oh,
look at
that would
this.
make more sense.
Sorry, just look at that.
Pac-Man's cheaper.
Look.
Great.
Look at that.
Great.
That's exciting, right?
Sure.
After that, Octavius went home.
That's good, yeah? It looks good.
But look at this place. There's a semblance of organisation happening. There's a semblance of beauty, and there's a semblance of being an actual credible film space that I can use. I really want to get back to making videos about interesting stuff, you know, hardware stuff where I need to set up, like the Sega Scorpion, and you need a lot of room for that, otherwise it's just a massive pain. So this is my basis for doing that, and it's also a clean slate where I can just get back on it this year and just turn this year around from something crappy to something really good. Clearly there's still a lot to do, and there will definitely need to be a follow-up video. I need to sort out the upstairs office, I need to turn it into a dedicated repair and streaming room, I think. I need to sort the basement out so I can, you know, actually store stuff in it without extreme risk of death. And I need to just get everything in order so it's nice, and then maybe open it up to the public. So, back room, done. Front room, done, pretty much. Upstairs office, not done. Basement, definitely not done. But 2 out of 4 seems pretty good to me. And now I have one question for you guys. I really want to name this place, you know, put an actual sign outside and call it something decent. At the moment, it still has the sign for the old cafe that used to be here. I don't want to just call this place Nostalgia Nerd. So put your votes below, please. If you've got any suggestions, then drop them in the comments because I would love to hear them. Or send me them on Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. Who knows? Anyway, I hope you found enjoyment in this little weird escapade. Hopefully, I will see you in much more frequent videos again going forward because it's been far too long and disparate. Until next time, I have been Nostalgia Nerd. Thank you very much for watching, and toodaloo.